it's time to see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 800 Highway 72 West, Suite K in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More.
Second 11 from the 31. 2 receivers right, 3 left. Back to throw. He throws across the middle. Touchdown!
Join us this football season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Charles Morrison, varsity baseball coach with Lindsay Lane Christian Academy, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
It's on, that's right. Your best live local sports show for here in Limestone County for all your high school, college, and professional sports. This is Todd the Bod, the talent, Tom Merlin, joined by extraordinary the producer himself, Tim Lambert. And we've got a wonderful show lined up for everybody today. We're located here at Applebee's on the corner of I-65 and Highway 72 West. And so 11 o'clock, the door's open. Y'all can come on down. If best recollection and the Trail of Tears trail stays the way it has the last few years, you can come on down and get you something really good to eat and sit here and watch all the motorcycles ride by about noon. So we got a wonderful show lined up. You can visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on and enter nominations for our Athlete of the Week. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Tailgate Talk AL. You can also download our app on Apple Store or Android at Google Store. Hear us on your Alexa device by saying
Play Tailgate Talk.
Or on your Google device by saying
Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
All right, awesome. This is my buddy Zach. Call us or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. Our calling guests come via the First National Bank hotline. You're making communities great, and we appreciate them for sponsoring that. And the special guest segment is sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing. I'm going to turn it over this time to Tim. We're going to get some scores and more from last night. What's going on, Tim?
And more.
You forgot about that.
I did forget about all the fancy stuff.
Brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them online on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Had some football back on Thursday. Athens went over to May Jemison. Actually went to Milton Frank, but they played May Jemison and won that game 47-6. It was, I don't know when they went to the running clock. It was 40-0 at the end of the first quarter. So not a bad outing for the Golden Eagles. Last night, West Limestone won their homecoming game 48-13 over East Lawrence. It was Florence over James Clemens, 38-20. Another game that the Jets were trying to come back from and just couldn't do it. So anyway, we'll talk to Coach McGehee about that later on. Mars Hill over Elkmont, 69-8. Sheffield defeated Tanner, 48-47. Man, that was a close game, pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, I kept up with it a little bit. It was back and forth.
Russellville 52, East Limestone 7, and Colbert Heights over Clements 52-38. Coming up next week, we will be talking with Emo Furfori. He's a familiar name, but with a different organization. Now, he's the general manager of the Huntsville Hurricanes semi-pro basketball team, and they are having tryouts today and tomorrow. So if you want to lace up your shoes and go over there to try out, I think they're having it at James Clemens. They kind of trade out with the War Dogs there with their
I wondered
games.
how that was going to work with the ABA team in town. I'm supposed to be there at 2:30 for my tryout, so if anybody wants to come watch me.
All right, okay, there you go. Upcoming, we'll be live at the Ardmore Car Show, and that's next month, and we'll be live at Calhoun. Speaking of the War Dogs will be taking on the War Hawks in a practice scrimmage game there, so we'll be doing the show from there. And that's your scores and more, brought to you by P4. You know, I was watching when I was setting up, of course, the TVs are on all around us. Yeah. Bryce Young is in one of those Fansville commercials.
Yeah,
that's the first time I'd seen it. I didn't hear, but just
the gist of it is the family, the mom and dad's son comes home from college.
Okay.
And Bryce Young has now moved in and replaced him as their son. Bryce Young's taken over, and he's calling them mom and dad. Taking over the guys' room and everything. So, yeah, I'm sure the story will progress, but that's what the commercial you saw is kind of about. So.
Yeah, it looked funny. Like I say, I couldn't hear any sound, and they didn't even have the captions up.
Had NIL money coming through for old Bryce there.
Got Gavin's team.
Yeah,
about to come up here on TV too.
Yeah, stinking Bulldogs. Georgia stinks. I'm sure that South Carolina won't give them any grief. Maybe for a half a quarter, if that. South Carolina got whooped by Arkansas last week. It was a game for a little bit, but Arkansas is really good. And you know, I meant to ask AP about this last week, and you don't always get too far, yourself in the season, but. Some of my buddies think Tennessee is the team that might give us some more trouble, but I'm really worried about having to go to Arkansas. They scare me.
Yeah, well, they're number 10.
Yeah, exactly. And Sam Pittman, man, that dude's doing a wonderful job, and so that'll be a tough day. And everybody gets up for the Tide, just like everybody gets up for the Georgia Bulldogs. Hey, going back to that Tanner game, I know I asked Adam last night when we were having a group text, and he's a busy man. I didn't expect him to get back with me. But do you know if they happened to go for two at the end? Because I think they were down by 6.
Yeah,
going into the fourth, and I remember thinking, man, is this game going to go to overtime? And then when they lost by a point, I was like, well, they either went for 2 and missed it, or they went, for an extra point and missed it, or got blocked, or whatever. I don't know.
But, I don't know.
I could see Coach going for 2 for the win, right? But
yeah, well, I mean, he did in the playoffs. Was it last year? Year before?
Yeah,
they
done.
Could have won with the 2 points, and they didn't. He said, "Let's just go ahead and go for it."
Yeah. Well, in a game like that, because every time I'd look at the score, they'd be down 14, and then they cut it to 7. They'd be down 14, cut it to 7. They never could finally get to even again. Mm-hmm. So they were probably gassed, and maybe his thought was, you know what, if I don't end it here, it doesn't matter. We're going to lose anyway, so let's just try to win it. I don't know. It'll be interesting to talk to him when we do and find out. But
and he talked about some of his injuries last week.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering if maybe some of those guys were still hobbling around or maybe not even playing.
Yeah.
So
and probably so. Probably so. But heartbreaker either way. That's for sure. That is for sure. Well, all right. We're going to take us a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by James Clemens head coach Chad McGehee. No, we won't.
AP.
Oh, AP Stedham. I didn't know he bumped AP up to the, early box. He's a busy man. So come back and join us. We'll talk to AP Stedham. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Next week, our special guest will be Emo Furfori, General Manager of the Huntsville Hurricanes semi-pro basketball team. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Addiction can have a crippling effect on everyone involved, leading to health problems and behavioral disorders. SOAR Addiction Recovery can help with their comprehensive and confidential treatment. SOAR understands the heartache and pain of addiction and can empower you to re-engage in a meaningful life. If you or someone you know needs help, don't wait. Call SOAR Addiction Recovery. That's SOAR at 374-3858. Located at 30521 Ardmore Avenue in Ardmore. It's time for you to soar. Call now, 374-3858. SOAR Addiction Recovery.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. WKAC is the official radio station of Athens High football. You can hear the Golden Eagles online by going to WKAC1080.com, by listening on your WKAC Sports app, or on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device. Catch the replay on Saturday at noon, and then listen to the archives anytime on demand. Don't forget the Coach Cody Gross Show every Thursday morning at 10, and the Athens High Coaches Show later on at 1. Your official radio station for Athens High football, 1080 WKAC.
Hi, this is Brian Cunningham, former kicker for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, joined by Todd the Bod, the talent Tomberlin, along with producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. And now we're joined by our SEC guru himself, AP Stedham. AP, good morning, buddy.
Good morning from the plains. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
Man, the plains. Ugh. Wow, you're a better man than me. But you're down there for a really good game. It should be a good game. And listen, I will give them credit where credit's due. It's a wonderful atmosphere for football. I've been to a few games down there, and not just Alabama, Auburn, but Auburn and other, Florida years ago and stuff. And, yeah, that crowd gets into it. I'll give them that for sure.
They are loud, and that's an advantage for them. Speaking about the game, I think it's worth a touchdown.
Absolutely. Hey, before we get into this week's schedule and other items, I wanted to ask you about, and if you may not even saw it, and if you did, that's fine, but the NCAA came out about some new transfer portal rules. Did you see that?
I didn't happen to see that. I've been on the road a little bit.
Okay. Maybe I'll ask you again next week, because one of the things that, the way I read it anyway, and I could not find it again last night when I was trying to research it, but when I originally read the story, it looked like that from now on, nobody in the public will be able to see the names going into the transfer portal. I know it's supposed to be kind of private anyway, only for coaches, right. But, we've always been able to see it.
Right.
But from what I understood, they were like names that had just recently gone public. The NCAA was scrubbing them and pulling them back so the public couldn't see it. So I don't know how you monitor that anyway. I was just curious but we'll cover that next week.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of great games on the schedule. Obviously, you're down at the Plains, so let's just go ahead and start with that game.
Well, let's go with last week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So, Tim's wanting to bring up bad memories already.
Well, I mean,
yeah, y'all talked off air about AP's prediction, so I guess we can start there. Go ahead.
Yeah, and like I told you, the number 40 came to mind, but I couldn't remember how you used that number. And it wasn't that Alabama would win by 40, but
no. No, I've rarely said that. No, I always use the word 40 because Alabama, historically, if you don't play defense, they'll put 40 on you.
Right.
And obviously, Texas proved they're just as big and fast as Alabama, and they just were able to score half and win by a point.
Yeah. I mean, that was, thank goodness for Bryce Young. I mean, he put that team on his shoulders that last drive, went right down that field with his arm in his legs. And, I mean, it was a team effort, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if we'd had somebody else under center that we would have won that game. I don't know.
No. Bryce Young's not on that team. They'll win a lot of games in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with close games because he's so cool under pressure. And he can move the team down the field. And we saw the value of his legs when he ducked under the defender, which they called perfect defense. Yeah. Perfect defense. But he still had to execute and make the tackle. They did not.
Yep, and that's where your athleticism and stuff like that comes into play. You can dial up that perfect defense. You can execute that perfect defense call, but when you've got somebody that talented and athletic on the other side of the field sometimes, and and we've had teams do that to us, so we know we get that as well sometimes. But it's just amazing that what he did and how he was able to do it. And listen, I know it was Texas. I know they weren't ranked, and we were supposed to win, fairly big, 20 points, whatever the spread was. Right. But, man, that was a brutal atmosphere. Game day was there. That crowd was already in that stadium. Students were like at 8 a.m. So by kickoff time, that place was raucous.
Yes, they were. It was a perfect venue for Alabama to play on the road, gain some experience for any of the younger players in a hostile environment with as many people as they're going to see, 100,000+. So that was good for them. We know a couple of things about Alabama right now after having played Texas. We know the line is suspect. Yeah. We know that the receivers drop passes. There are no Jamison Williams on that team, or Henry Ruggs III, or Jerry Jeudy, or Amari Cooper. So we're not going to see the prevalence of that 70, 80-yard touchdown. But let's try to catch the football. How about that?
Yeah, I'd be all for that. Boy, hit you right in the hands and in stride. And, Yeah, you've got to make those catches. You've got to. I mean, if you're going to beat anybody.
Yeah, I know you can do the dance. I know you have that worked out, but you got to catch the football first before the dance.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, what about today's game with Penn State and Auburn?
Yeah, today's game, Auburn has 3 good running backs. They have to get them some yards and production so they can use that play-action pass, because we all know that T.J. Finley, Robbie Ashford, they're not the quarterback that's going to beat you strictly by throwing the football. They need some support. And, running backs, Hunter, Bigsby, and Alston, those are 3 good college running backs. They can catch the ball out of the backfield. And Auburn needs to get that ground game going. On the other side of the ball, they need to stop Singleton. He had a hot game last week. I think it was against Ohio, 179 yards. That's the first time they had a 100-yard rusher in 17 games. Here's another stat for you, and you can check this out. I don't think, as a blue blood program, Penn State has ever had a number 1 draft choice at cornerback. In this day and age, they better change that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you want to win ball games, yes, and nowadays, yes, you better.
Yeah. Joey Porter will be a contender, though. He might be a number 1 draft choice, possibly for Penn State.
That's interesting. With all the great players that's come through that program over the years, you'd have thought that had happened at least once. Wow.
Yeah.
What about T.J. Finley? Is he on a short leash, or
Well, they need to use the 2 quarterbacks. Robbie Ashford, he's going to get his opportunities, and we don't know about Calzada as well. Yeah. But, Auburn's going to have to use multiple quarterbacks. They just don't have a star at that position right now. They've got to get somebody in there better. You got to have above average quarterbacks. You want to compete for championships. You want to be 8-4, 7-5, maybe 9-3 if you're lucky. Then you'll have a good quarterback. But you have to have a very good quarterback to compete for championships, I think.
Yeah. Well, what about Miami at A&M? Can A&M bounce back after that debacle of App State last week, and do you expect them to?
If I'm Texas A&M, I'm not feeling very good, not only about last week, but in the future, because here you have an offensive-oriented coach. You scored 7 points against a team that surrendered 60 points against North Carolina.
Yeah,
you had a kickoff return. You have a quarterback. You put all your chips in the middle of the table for Haynes King. He did nothing. Okay, he did nothing. They need to put the other quarterback in, Max Johnson, which I guess that's the decision so far.
Yeah.
But why did you? I mean, I'm putting him in the second quarter. Haynes King does not deserve to be out there making mistakes every series and give him till how many quarters he ended up playing. I don't know exactly, but he needs to get his opportunity. You brought him in from LSU for a reason. Use him. He's on scholarship as well.
Yeah. And what's interesting is you can see a lot of clamoring, even going into the season, about who was going to be quarterback and why, and that's who everybody wanted. They didn't, I mean, I don't know, fans aren't at practices and we don't see what's going on, but usually when you've got that many people clamoring, that many people's not wrong. So obviously they weren't.
Oh, yeah, think about this for a moment. You really think defensive coordinators are losing sleep over Haynes King?
No.
Or Mac Johnson, or, whichever one. You're going to be cute and clever, and, I'm not going to tell you. Oh, okay, coach. Okay, I guess you got this covered. I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, it's a trade. So another good game that kind of intrigues me, may not be a good game, but I think it will be, is Mississippi State at LSU. LSU coming off, their issues. And
right. I'm not sold on the quarterback at LSU at this moment. He's an excellent runner, very fast, but he tucks and runs too early for me. Now, Rogers is hot as a pistol. He has almost 800 yards. They went out to Arizona, put 39 on the board. The defense came up with 3 interceptions. Like I tell you before the season, Mississippi State is my surprise team in the West. I think they have an advantage because their quarterback, he's playing very well, and their defense is active and has energy. So I'm thinking Mississippi State. Maybe it's a close game, but I'm picking Mississippi State.
I picked them as well. I just think they're going to be able to pull it out at the end, and I'm expecting a good game. Last one, and I'll let you go. What do you think about Georgia, South Carolina? Can South Carolina give them any grief at all, or will it be a walkthrough?
Well, the home crowd is very good at Columbia. They have tremendous fans there, but when you give up 295 yards rushing, and Kirby Smart's on the other sideline, he's watching that film, that is not good. I think the running backs will be very tired at Georgia. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and that's all they should have to do, just be able to run.
Yes.
And win the game. Well, man, listen, AP, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day down there on the plains. I wouldn't get carried away and be hollering, whatever that stuff they talk about, an eagle and all that. I mean, don't be hollering all that war mess, but no, I'm teasing. But other than that, man, be safe, on the road and going back home, and have a great day.
Hey, thank you very much. And tune in to AP and Kelly as we see it. Check it out on our Facebook. We have all the episodes archived. You can listen. We had a great guest this week, Will Levis and Tyler Van Dyke's personal quarterback coach.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody tune into that and listen. Go back and listen to archives. Y'all both did a wonderful job, so thanks for sharing. Take care, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
All right, there was AP Stedham, XCC Guru. Man, I love talking to that man. He's got so much information and can share about not just Alabama, Auburn, but the whole entire XCC and the NCAA as far as that goes. We're going to take us a quick break. When we come back, I think we'll be joined by James Clemens head coach Chad McGehee. And you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Athens Bible School's Reagan Ham, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Reagan picks up a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. Addiction can have a crippling effect on everyone involved, leading to health problems and behavioral disorders. SOAR Addiction Recovery can help with their comprehensive and confidential treatment. SOAR understands the heartache and pain of addiction and can empower you to re-engage in a meaningful life. If you or someone you know needs help, don't wait. Call SOAR Addiction Recovery. That's SOAR at 374-3858. Located at 30521 Ardmore Avenue in Ardmore. It's time for you to soar. Call now, 374-3858. SOAR Addiction Recovery.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with a Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hi, this is David Cox, girls basketball coach at Athens Bible School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. You're joined here by Todd, the Bot, Alan Tomberlin, along with producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And now we're joined on the phone with James Clemens head coach, Coach McGehee. Coach, coming off a big win last night against Florence, 38-20. And, kind of getting off the the losses a little bit. So
actually, it was a loss.
What? Did I read that wrong? Oh, sure did.
Yeah,
Coach,
sure.
I'm sorry, brother. I read it upside down.
Rewind.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. My bad, buddy. Yeah, I was sitting there thinking when I was looking right down y'all's record last night that it was a loss, but so 1-4 and 1-2 going into a bye week, which it sounds like y'all need probably.
But we're not on a bye either. We got Muscle Shoals next week.
Oh, okay. Well, I read that wrong. I knew you were at Muscle
Todd's
Shoals.
just wrong all the way around.
Hey, all I can do is read the information given to me. And I do see where Muscle Shoals is 4-0 and 2-0, which means they're probably, whatever. But and that, yeah. So you're not even off a bye week, and now you have to go to Muscle Shoals. So things certainly don't get better. But before we talk about next week, let's talk about a little bit last night. 38-20. Florence over James Clemens, and tough night.
Yeah, it was. We didn't play real well on third downs, and we're not with the quarterback. Just hurt us on third downs. We're not getting any pressure. When we did, we couldn't tackle. It's 10-7 at half. And, we just had a disastrous third quarter that got away from us. And we pulled back within 10 and, had a couple of chances on third down to get off and give the offense a chance to go in and score. But, and then, we went 3 and out on the first series in the second half, down 10-7. And then, we punt. We've got poor field position. They scored, but then we have a 70-yard pass completion, and we fumble the ball and give it to Florence. And then the next offensive series, obviously they score off of that. And then the next offensive series, we have about a 25-yard pass that we fumbled and turned over in our territory again. So it just third quarter did not go very well for us, and it's turning the ball over like that's pretty uncharacteristic of us, and we worked really hard at it. So, we'll just have to continue to work on ball security.
Yeah. Well, that pass and the fumble, did you have good enough video to go back and look at that? Because we thought the ground caused that fumble.
Yeah.
From
he was on the ground, but you're not going to get it overturned, and we got to go out and perform no matter what the call. And we didn't. We didn't.
Now, you know what? I'm just going to ask this because I haven't really seen it much. I haven't seen any this year, and don't remember seeing much last year. But have teams kind of gone away from using the instant replay stuff? Did y'all ever use it?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
I think we used it once in the playoffs, but we have not.
I was just curious. And you're right. Good call, bad call, call in your favor or not. Either way, you got to continue to play the game and buckle up. I think they scored 3 touchdowns, I believe it was, in the third.
Yeah.
And y'all, like you said, y'all were in it. I mean, y'all were there until that point. And, man, once it all starts falling apart, it falls apart, don't it, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, man, we got homecoming, that runs over and, you get a delay game, and then your quarterback's on homecoming court, and he's not even warmed up. He can't even start the second half. So we go out there with Todd, who's done a really good job. Todd let us down for the first scoring. Which gave him the series in the second quarter, and he led the team down and scored to get 10-7. So, but I don't know that he was prepared to come out there and start the second half. But,
it's interesting how times have changed because, and not right or wrong, I'm not saying but back in our day, that like you didn't. If you were on a football team, you were not going to be on the homecoming court. That just wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't.
that might be a conversation we're going to have moving forward. So see if we can get that fixed.
I mean, it's one thing with your third string lineman.
Well,
it's another thing.
He had
your
2 guys out there on the homecoming court, didn't you?
3.
3.
Oh my goodness! 4. Yeah. So
our kicker too. We didn't even know if we could punt the ball because we couldn't find him.
Oh my goodness!
And
you want him to participate. I get that. I do. I understand it. But And that's different mentality about youth today versus like we would have said, man, no, I ain't gonna wear a suit. I'm kind of football game to play.
They came out. They didn't change.
Oh, did they not change? So at least they wore their pads. Okay, well, at least they didn't have to change. But it disrupts everything.
You're right. Today, man, it's just different. It is different all the way around. And some things are different. Parents are different, and I've had to adapt over 20 something years of doing this. And
oh man,
but
I don't even.
But I mean, look, we played poorly on defense, and we're gonna have to fix some things. We're gonna have to fix some personnel things. We're gonna have to remedy some deficiencies that we've had defensively, because we're gonna have to play better, and we're gonna have to execute better on offense. And be able to put up some more points than 7 in the first half. So, but our kids, like, they continue to fight, and I just told them, like, we got to stay in it. That's always your biggest fear is, when you're sitting there at 1-4, and we got a lot of football ahead of us still. And we've got a really important stretch of region games.
Yeah.
But man, they got to stay in it, kids got to stay together, and they got to stay in it, and because man, we can get in this thing in the playoffs. So, and look, I'm gonna give Florence credit, man. They got some really good, unbelievable athletes, and they're really they were really good up front on the offensive line, and Coach Morrison, they did a great job. So schematically, so I mean, you got to give our credit to those guys as well.
Yeah,
they had there's another quarterback that you had trouble corralling.
Yeah. He was they ran him a little bit more than we had seen, and ran some buck sweep with him, which is some old wing T principles that hadn't shown on film. But but hey, hats off to them for scheming it up and making it happen. And third down, like I can't explain right now why we cannot get off the field on third down.
Yeah, and that is so frustrating, I'm sure, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're sitting here 3rd and long on the first drive, and we don't get off the field, and then we had a 3rd and forever, and they throw a 60-yard post pattern that gets behind you in coverage, and we're not generating a lot of pass rush. So, I'm not one that's going to sit here and, bang a square peg through a round hole. We're going to fix it. We're going to make some changes, some adjustments, and see if we can make a run here in the second half in the region. This is a good week to do it because we got Muscle Shoals. It doesn't count as far as the playoffs and region standings, and so we're going to get back and we're going to get it fixed.
And they're a really good team. So, it's kind of the best of both. It don't go against the region record, but yet you can, when you make those adjustments, you can see if they're going to be able to handle the region games moving forward. And you're in a very hard region. So, no doubt. Well, Coach, as always, we'll be rooting for you. I don't know, Tim, do you want to do a senior this week? Or?
Yeah, let's see if we can get a couple of seniors on here.
Yeah, I'll do, Naeem Muhammad is a senior offensive lineman. He's finally grown into the role of starter this year, and he's our only senior on the offensive line. And that group lost everybody, but he's been from last year. He's been an anchor point there for us, and has really grown up as a man. As a young man, I'm real proud of him. And then another senior lineman was Dorian Thigpen. He started last night, first start for him on the offensive line, and a guy that's played JV his career, and then kind of waited his time out, and he's worked really hard this year, and finally got his opportunity to go out and play, and so we're real proud of him as well.
Another senior we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, Gabe Ballard. He was our player of the night last night, and last week, I heard the struggle he had about even getting up off the table. He'd been injured, but he looked like he was feeling pretty good last night.
Yeah, he moved around. Gabe's he struggled with injuries through the last 2 years, and had a good night last night, and hopefully we can keep him healthy. Thought we ran the ball a little bit better last night. We haven't been able to run the ball as well as effectively this year, but real proud of him and his what he did last night and in the previous weeks as well.
All right, Coach. Well, listen, real quick before I let you go, we're having a guy named Shayne McGowan on here in a little while, and I'm saying this in all seriousness. And you may have heard of Shayne, I don't know, but he does it's called Mental Edge Performance, and I just happened to notice on his Facebook page called Mental Edge Performance. He has a segment where he's talking about recently about getting down on yourself and not how to keep yourself up and all that. You may want to have your kids or yourself go and watch it or read it and then talk about it, because it was really good. It really was.
Man, I may come down there and let him meet with me. I need some counseling.
He could do it, man. That's what he does. So anyway, but listen, good luck to you. We always root for you. And we'll talk to you soon. All right, buddy. Go Jets. All right, take care. All right, that was Coach Chad McGehee about James Clemens Jets. He's always brought to you by First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, and we always appreciate him joining us when he can. We're going to take a quick break. When we do, we'll be back with Bob Arnone of Get It Right Enterprises, and that's going to be really interesting. We've had Bob on before, so can't wait to talk to him. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Go to your Amazon Echo and say Play Tailgate Talk, or your Google Home device and say Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and hear the show in crystal clear quality. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. To many folks, the words healthy and delicious aren't interchangeable. Golden Eagle Nutrition in Athens is here to change your mind. They're the spot for healthy and, yes, delicious shakes and drinks, good for a meal replacement or just a pick-me-up. Low-calorie, low-sugar, low-carb, and low-fat shakes like the turtle cheesecake or banana pudding. Loaded energy teas like the Blue Hawaiian or Georgia Peach. Golden Eagle Nutrition. Call 867-5601 or stop by 616 Highway 31 South, Suite F, just north of Walmart. Oh, and they deliver too. Golden Eagle Nutrition, 867-5601. If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent to own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
Takes a snap. He's going to fake the pitch. He's at the 20, the 10. He's going to get a cover. Touchdown, Chase Clemens.
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net, on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports, or on your Play Action Sports app, and later on demand. You can also hear the replays at Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this season from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is UAH Women's Basketball Coach Andrea Lemon, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd the Bide, the talent Tomlin, joined by extraordinary producer Tim Lambert. We're back with a special guest who's brought to us by Yellowhammer Roofing. I always appreciate them for sponsoring our guest. Bob Arnone, Get It Right Enterprises. GetItRightTraining.com is their website, and I wasn't on last time Bob was with us, and I hate I wasn't because I missed some really cool stuff. He just allowed me the opportunity to look at some of their training through the virtual reality stuff, and wow, that was mind-blowing, Bob. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show.
Yep.
And, man, tell us a little bit about it. Oh, before we get started, I want to congratulate you. White hat the other night, middle school football game.
Thank you.
Man.
Yeah.
How'd that go? How'd you feel being, over it all?
Yeah, great experience. I mean, I'm typically a back judge, and I'm used to plays coming my direction. Now as a white hat, they'll go in the opposite direction from me, so now I got to get that perspective in place and all.
Different feel, no doubt.
Different feel for sure. And so my very first game, the final score was 2-0. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't see the final. So all right, this is what I want to know. I think Tim wants to know, and I think all of our listeners want to know. Okay, y'all have a call, right? The flag comes up. I don't care. It could be interference, hold. I don't care what the call is. And y'all all come in a huddle and meet. Is it a real conversation, or do you go, look, I don't know, but we need to act like we're really talking about this seriously? What did you say? I don't know. I didn't see nothing.
Where
I was
are we
watching
going
that
for
go.
supper?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I want pizza. All right, you think we've talked long enough to make this look good? Okay, yes. And you go to the middle of the field and you call holding on the. No, I'm teasing. Sometimes as a fan, that's what we think, you know.
Well, and actually sometimes those conversations happen. If it's late in the game and things are going well and all that kind of stuff, we might be in there going, hey, where are we going to go eat afterwards?
Why not?
So,
why not?
I mean, we take the game serious. It's
absolutely.
important for the kids and the coaches and the teams. But at the same time, we're out there trying to have a good time ourselves because we get a.
Well, you got to enjoy it.
Oh, we got a great perspective out there, seeing what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, y'all got a front best seat in the house.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that happens is that there's a flag down and we kind of get together, talk to the official that dropped the flag, and the first thing that we ask him is, well, what did you see? Because there are times where. As a back judge, I may have a different angle than that official on the side has. So, that I'm pretty sure that he. I don't know. Don't say pretty sure.
Yeah. It's either yes or no, right?
What did you see?
Yeah.
And I saw him getting restrained. I said, okay, I had a different angle, and now that I think they were just chicken fighting and things like that. So we kind of talked things through, and then somebody's going to say, no, that this is what I've got.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, then that's what we're going to go with. Then the referee is there. He's taking it all in. Then he's giving his preliminary signal. Okay, yeah, we're going to go with defensive pass interference, and we talk to the umpire. We're going to mark it off from here, and then we make sure that we get everything set up right for the next play.
Yep. And it's great y'all have those discussions because you have to, because like you just said, different perspectives of views on the field.
Right.
What they saw may not have seen what you saw from your different angle, and so I mean for the game, it might take 2 or 3 minutes out of the game, but it's important. Every call is important.
Yep.
First of all, I want to say thank you and to all officials that are willing to do it because, it's not like y'all are getting rich, number one,
Right.
and but you get a lot more grief than you get money. Let's put it that way. I mean, you'll get the grief, but you're not going to get the glory, you know, unless I guess a bad call goes in the team's way and they happen to win the game. Of course, then you're heroes, but you're going to hear it from the other side. I umpired baseball years ago, high school baseball, and it can be not fun sometimes.
Yeah, and I think that kind of lends to we talked a little bit earlier about the shortage of officials. Yeah. I had somebody tell me a statistic last night that the state of Alabama loses about 70 football officials a year.
Wow.
I mean, some of that can be everything from age to physically, maybe they just can't keep up anymore, and it's not safe for the kids to have somebody out there that can't officiate the game.
Oh, they're individual.
Yeah, and
I mean, if you can't get out of the way.
So so trying to recruit new officials is a challenge for us because we have there is that bad reputation out there of fans going after officials that unfortunately in some states that happens. I mean, physical and verbal abuse, and people just don't want to put up with it. So we try to provide the proper kind of protections. Alabama seems to be doing a pretty good job of keeping the parents and all suppressed, but still that's out there.
Yeah.
And what we hope to do with Get It Right is that it's a challenge enough to learn the 750 rules you have for high school and what we're supposed to do in terms of mechanics, where you're supposed to be on the field, where you're supposed to be looking,
that's very
things
important.
like that now we put it into a Madden football looking kind of thing that will hopefully draw people in, make it easier for them to learn and do it. And now as we go to virtual reality, just even that much more.
Yeah. And what's cool about that is, too, you're talking about, losing all these officials per year, and a lot of it probably is due to age. I mean, you've been calling 20-something years yourself, correct? So these kind of things to have to teach are wonderful for anybody at any age, but this should really draw in your 20-year-olds.
Check.
You know? I mean, that's some high-level tech stuff right there that puts you in the game.
Yeah, and even for those that have been in the officiating business here in Alabama, we tend to be more localized when we set up crews. Missouri has an issue where a lot of their officials may be 50 to 70 some odd miles apart.
Oh, wow.
So they don't get a chance to see each other until Friday night. And then, of course, you have NCAA, where they're definitely spread out all over the place, and NFL even more so. So we need reps as much as what the players do. So if we can get on the field and try to work out some of these things, that's an advantage for us. Well, now with virtual reality, we can do something like that. So at the beginning of August, I was up in Denver for the National Association of Sports Officials National Summit, and we did a demonstration there where I had an official there in Denver. He's from New Mexico, but he had the goggles on. We had somebody sitting at home in Kentucky, California, and Mexico.
That's awesome.
Each with their goggles on, officiating the same play at the same time on the same virtual field.
Huh.
So now you can get in those reps before you actually get on the field, so you feel more comfortable working with each other and know the areas that you need to cover on the field.
And that was going to be my next question was, if you had the VR equipment at home, could you do it from home? So obviously you can, which makes it even that much better. And I'm telling y'all, for those, I got a brief look at it a while ago before coming back on air, and I mean, it's not cartoonish or any. I mean, that whoever did it, hats off to them, man. They did a wonderful job. I mean,
I'll pass that on to Adam Thomas.
Please do. I mean, phenomenal. And it looks like he thought of everything. I mean, is there anything that you would like to see added? Because I can't imagine.
Well, that takes us into what we're fixing to do now. I've been talking to coaches over the course of the past couple of months. We're going to do a version for the coaches and players. So, think of a quarterback. How do you teach them, especially at the younger ages, how to do pre-snap reads? So now,
that's great.
Now we can put them in that virtual reality world. Lay a defense out in front of them and say, okay, now what are you going to do with this play? And, oh, by the way, we can have multiple people wearing the goggles at the same time, so now the quarterback can be talking to the wide receivers, his backs, his linemen, whomever.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, sorry to interrupt, but all right. So say you had a couple of kids or whoever with goggles on the defensive side.
Yep.
All right. So the defense is set.
Yep.
Could they move
Moving.
around? Oh my goodness,
Yep.
that is.
Yep.
I mean, that's football.
Yeah.
That's football.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yep.
Virtual reality.
You watch them
Jeez.
just move all their shifts, and then
that is amazing.
And then to even step that up another level, right now everything is pre-programmed in there. But as we start moving into the player version, we're going to give the teams, the coaches, or whomever, the ability to manipulate those formations themselves. So now you're getting ready for a game on Friday night, and you see what their defenses look like and all that sort of stuff. So your practice week looks pretty good. Now Friday night you have the offensive coordinator up in the press box or something, and now this team shows a defense that they hadn't seen before. They can now replicate that defense into the laptop, get it down.
Well, that takes game film to a whole new world right there.
Get it down to the sideline, and then when the team comes off, slap the goggles on, and now let's start talking about what we're going to do the next time we go out there. If they show that to us again,
that's going to change the game.
What we're going to do. Yeah.
I mean, it really could.
Yeah.
I mean, if enough people buy into it.
Yep.
I mean, you'll have old people like me that'll be like, "What? Virtual what?" Nah. Yep. But you'll have these younger coaches eat it up.
Yeah. And we should have that. My goal is to have that ready by the beginning of January, because that's when all the coaching conferences and things like that will happen. So we'll start going out and showing it around.
Wow. So how long has Get It Right been around? How long has it been
10
around?
years. We
So
just
10
celebrated our 10th year this past Sunday,
Okay.
the 11th of September.
Wow. So obviously have come a long way in 10 years. With the technology and stuff, obviously y'all didn't have this when you started.
No.
And I can't tell you how important what y'all are doing is too, because I know as an umpire back when I was young. I mean, I was straight out of high school when I was umpiring, so I knew some of the guys I was umpiring. I played against them. Right. I was that young, but and we had training, but nothing obviously at this level.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. I mean, basically, I guess you just watched the game on TV and just imitated an umpire you kind of saw, as far as calling ball strikes, your movements and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like the way he's doing it, and that's what I'm going to do. But this, it shows you everything properly. And
from where you are on the field, not from some guy taking a video up in the stands.
Or standing up in front of you in front of a whiteboard. I mean, this is, like you said, it puts you inside the game, and it's just so fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you have any coaches in this area that have reached out to y'all yet?
Yeah.
You don't have to name them if you want to.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of them. They're excited about it. I need to lean on their expertise to make sure that I'm providing something to them that they want, not something that I think that they would need as an official. And one of the things is I had a conversation with one of the coaches. Do you need your quarterback to pay attention to that 5-star recruit number 27 that's on the field? Oh yeah. So when we start manipulating people on the field, they'll be able to change their jersey number so that they can say where he is.
All right. So the play's lined up. You take a snap, right? I mean, do you run a play?
Well, just to the snap part.
Oh, just to the snap part.
Now,
they don't actually like.
Yeah. Now we did talk about if you put the defense in goggles and things like that too, they can do those initial moves.
Right, because they can maneuver around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't run a full play because it'll be kind of goofy about how the characters move. But talking to. I was introduced to a former NFL coach, NFL quarterback, and he said the main thing from a quarterback perspective is that first 2 seconds after the snap. He said, if I can capture that, then everything else is going to be fine.
Yeah, because really after that first 2 seconds, I mean, if you don't know by then, you don't know, and it's too late.
You're probably laying on your back looking up to the sky.
Exactly. What led y'all to go this route?
When I was getting ready to retire from the Army, I was looking for some reason to stay in shape, and I wasn't going to go running just for the sake of running, Yeah. And I stumbled across officiating. I said, hey, this seems pretty cool. So my goal right now is I'm not going to let some 17-year-old beat me to the goal line. Now they still do, but hey.
Nah.
When I left the Army, I was working for a defense contractor that was doing modeling and simulation work for the military. And I thought, boy, wouldn't it be good if we could combine these two? Mm-hmm. And then when I left the company, I went ahead and started Get It Right, and here we are.
Okay.
So,
well, Bob, man, I could talk to you all day, but we're going to have to take a break. You can obviously go to GetItRightTraining.com for the website. Is there any other way that you can be contacted?
We've got our contact information on there. You can email me, call me up, leave a message, and I'll be right there on you.
All right. Well, man, stay with it. Congratulations on wearing the white hat. Yep. I hope you continue to wear it. I'm sure you did a great job and will in the future. And what y'all are doing is very important. So,
thank you.
So thank you for that. We've been joined by Bob Arnone, Get It Right Enterprises. They're doing wonderful stuff over there. If you're a head coach out there listening, you need to give Get It Right a call because they can hook you up. We're going to take us a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
Don't be afraid of something new. Get spooktacular speeds with Ardmore Telephone Company's Fiber Fast Internet. Research the best pumpkin carving stencils. Book a haunted house tour online. Make fall memories and share them on social media. Call 800-830-9946 to order or upgrade to Fiber Fast Internet from ATC. Fiber not available in all areas.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Tune in every Tuesday through Thursday this football season for the WKAC Coaches Shows. Join us as we get the scoop from Ardmore, Athens, Clemens, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Tanner, and West Limestone. The WKAC Coaches Shows on 1080 WKAC.
Hello, I'm Andrew Smith, head baseball coach at Ardmore High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, Big 1080. We're now joined by Shayne McGowan of Mental Edge Performance. Shayne's been a former guest, but it's been a while, and Tim reached out to him to get him back. He's always wonderful to share his time with us, and a wonderful guest, man. Shayne, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's been a while.
It has been a while. There? I know it, man. Not much. And before I forget, I didn't really say her name. This is Todd, and, of course, you're joined by Tim. Listen, Shayne, I've already gotten word out to a local coach about your Facebook page this morning. They've been having some struggles this year. And I said, tell your kids to go to Mental Edge Performance on Facebook. And I think you recently had on something on there about not getting down on yourself. So
you know what? It's funny because like I said, I was listening in on you guys at the beginning of the show, and I heard the coach, and you're right. They're having problems in the third quarter, and everyone's getting down on themselves, and it's a tough time. You know what I mean? So like I said, this is what it's all about. When you're dealing with young minds, young attitudes, they have to understand that you're still in the game. You got to keep that foot on the gas and keep going.
Oh, absolutely.
But they do get down on themselves. And this is where it's tough because a coach, coaches on the sidelines, when I work with coaches and everybody else like that, their job is to give you the plays. They got to get things going. They got to see what's happening. So they don't have a lot of time to just regroup you and say, okay, boys, we got to get our heads into this. Let's get going, right? So it's trickier that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's when you rely on your captains. That's when you rely on those guys to kind of be those mentors to step up a little bit and say, hey, listen, we are not out of this fight. We got to keep it going.
Yep. That's
a
great point.
lot of times, and that's what I mean. And it doesn't matter what sport you're playing. It's like that with everything. You know what I mean? And that's where I step in a little bit when I do assist and help out and stuff like that. I've been on the sidelines a few times myself where I've taken it upon myself just to interact with them and get them going that way. But like I said, coaches are there to coach. Players got to play. But you do need those leaders to be that voice at times. And then the coaches during the halftime or timeouts or whatever give you that little extra motivation.
Yep. And I can't tell you how many times that through the years that we've talked to various coaches locally, and they'll tell you to a T that, and not every team obviously, but when teams are struggling, that they're lacking team leadership, player leadership. They don't have that one leader that can go to another kid and say, hey, dude, man, just keep doing it. You're doing okay. Keep your head up. Make your blocks or whatever, whatever position you play, and you got to have it, because when it comes from a teammate, it's a lot different than coming from a coach. It just is.
Well, it also sets a precedence there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People give a lot more respect because as you start moving on to the next game or to the next season or whatever is going to be coming up, you want to be known as that vocal point of that person that says, listen, I'm in control. I know what I got to do, and I know how to rally my guys. That's a team player. That's not a selfish player. That's a team player. Yeah. Those are the people that you want. You know what I mean? The thing is not everybody's got that knack to do that. Not everybody can do that. So as coaches, you got to look and say, when you're picking captains, when you're picking people that you can see that are going to be leaders, and it's not always seniors.
Exactly. It can be a ninth grader. You sure can. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's what I said is when I walk into sometimes and I'll watch the crowd first. I'll see who's out there. I'll see games and practices and some of that. I'll say, okay, that guy's got the spark. That guy's got the spark. Yeah, but he's just a freshman. Don't matter. He's the one. He's that one that's going to help when it comes to getting this team rallied up for certain things, especially if we're down, but not only when we're down, but when we're up. Because they're going to keep that mojo going, that momentum going.
Yeah, you never want to let that mojo go away. That's for sure. And what you do, teaching that concept of mental toughness, almost anybody will agree that knows about sports. You can be in the best shape in your life. You can be a freak athlete. You can be the smartest athlete on the field. But if you don't have the mental toughness to take all those other abilities and press them forward, all your athletic skills really, can go to waste sometimes. So what you're teaching is beyond vital. What kind of led you into wanting to do that? Obviously, you're a former football player yourself, and I'm just.
He still looks like.
He still does. Player. Yeah, you're seriously letting yourself go. So get back in the gym there, Shayne. But and being a in Taekwondo and other martial arts, obviously that takes so much discipline and mental toughness. Is that kind of where you took some of that from? I don't know.
Yeah, well, my journey was kind of the same thing as many kids when they come in, is that didn't have a lot by all means and had to kind of make it to sort of survive a little bit here too. But it was one of those things where it's like, you know what, I wish I just had somebody to help give me a little extra pep because I had it in me, but I couldn't bring it out. I didn't know how to, you know what I mean? And then as I got a little bit older, I started realizing it ain't my physical skills. It's up top sometimes. I get down on myself or whatever it is, or I get too jacked up sometimes beforehand, and I couldn't control that. You know what I mean? So you got to find that balance. And when it came down to it, as I started going and realizing it's all in the mind. It's a mindset, and you're right. The freakiest athletes, the greatest athletes, everybody like that. But can you handle adversity? Can you handle when things aren't going your way? Can you also handle things when things are going your way and keep that momentum going? And that can be a long time. Like, we look at the NFL or whatever as an example. You got 17 weeks, and you're trying to win every game. And you know that ain't going to happen. But can you keep that mojo and that flow going for week after week, despite the injuries that are going to come about.
Oh, yeah.
Your performance that you had the week before, win or loss. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't care if you're 2-0 or 0-2 right now. The biggest thing is you got another game ahead of you against another opponent that wants to win. You have to change. You got to get through it. You got to get over last week's game, whether it be a blowout for you or a terrible loss for you. Who's in front of you right now? And this is how we got to play. And this is how you got to take these things. And sometimes young players have a hard time dealing with that because they're on that high of this is the greatest win. I'm doing good. And you target grassroots to college to whatever level, they all go through that same mindset that way too, right? So coaches have to bring them back a little bit and say, it's a new week. We got a new team. We got to get ready. I don't care how good. Look at it. Alabama.
Yep.
You guys pulled it out last week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And thank goodness it's a new week.
And exactly. But here's the thing. It's a new week.
Yep.
And you still got a lot of teams that are looking at that game and going, and in their heads, if I'm that other coaches, I'm going, that team can be beaten.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So Alabama's got to say, no. We had an off day. That's on us. We are here to play. So like I said, there's two sides to this on both ends, from Alabama State as well as the team that they're going to be playing as they keep moving forward.
Yep.
But that's what I'm getting at, is that these kids and coaches have to look at that, and you got to go back and say, it's a new game. Don't just kind of come out there. Like, I understand winning ugly. We can win ugly, all right? But you got to come in that next week and say, we got a new face that we're going to be going against. Let's get in there and do our job. Know them, know the offense, know the defense, know what we got to do, and let's win.
Hey, you were talking about leaders on the team. The coach we were talking to, he's starting a lot of sophomores on his team this year. And, like you said, it's not always the seniors who can be leaders, but some of these younger guys, may be hesitant about stepping into that role because, they don't want to be looked at as, I don't know, what do you know?
Yeah, you're absolutely – well, exactly. And that's I think that's the trend that it's always been, is that you follow this step. This is how it is. You're here, you're a freshman, you're a sophomore, you're a senior, you know what I mean? You're redshirted. Well, guess what? If you're good enough to play and outbeat somebody, that's your spot. That's the way we have to start living. And if I'm that sophomore right now, I'm going, you know what? I want to play because I want to get ahead. I want to win. This is my future of what I'm thinking I can do to get to a big college or whatever else I want to go to. This is what I need to do. And you cannot take away that spirit from them. As coaches, you want to encourage that, because guess what? That's going to put a little spark under your seniors' butts a little bit there too.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need a little bit more of from some of these players, is that they take it for granted that, hey, I'm the senior, I'm this. No. You know what? That kid right there is outbeating you right now.
Got to earn it.
I don't care if he's 2 years younger than you or whatever. You got to earn this spot.
Yep, without a doubt. I wanted to ask you this real quick. It's a little bit off the subject, but so talking about using, mental toughness, you competed in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic for several years, finished second 3 straight years, man. What kind of mental – because I can't imagine the dieting, the weight room, all that take – that is – I just can't even imagine. So for you to go back year after year and then get second place, were you able to apply that mental toughness then to get? Talking about getting back on your horse. It's like, crap. I know I was close, but not. I didn't make it. It's one thing to do it once, but 3 times. Wow.
Yeah, it's frustrating. There's no question about that. Let's be honest. You're frustrated and everything like that, but. The bottom line too is there's a few things you gotta look at as well and say a lot of stuff is politics as well. And
in a sport like that, yeah.
And in order to beat the politics, you gotta come in even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and look at, I'll say the same thing about almost every sport. There's always politics involved in certain sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to then outshine everybody. And to do that, that's just going to take that extra. Maybe it takes an extra week of getting yourself ready. Maybe it takes an extra couple of days to get yourself ready, whatever it might be, whatever sport you're in. But that's the type of stuff you got to do and realize you're facing a whole world of something else. And it just isn't other players or other people. You're facing crowds. You're facing judges. You're facing referees. You're facing everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the type of attitude you got to come with. But if you start questioning yourself, then you're already failed it.
Yeah.
And you can't question yourself. That's where your confidence has to shine. You got to say, look, I can stay with the big boys. I can play in this game. I can out-compete. I can compete with you. And that's your confidence level, taking it and the trust in yourself, but trusting the process of what your sport you're in, too.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. One other question about the bodybuilding, and I'll get off that subject, but did you happen to know, and I assume you competed against Ronnie Coleman, who recently passed away?
Yes, sir.
Man, yeah, I used to keep up with sport a lot, and obviously he was a sensation, and I don't know. I didn't realize until a couple of days ago it was actually COVID that took him, but...
yeah, Ronnie was a freak of nature.
He was,
and the nicest guy you'll ever meet, and the biggest cop you'll ever meat too. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I
like
know
that.
Jeez. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I said pull over, yes sir.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
He was an officer in Texas.
I did not
and
know that.
like I said, I mean, yeah, he had to go to full-time bodybuilding out there just to say, well, you know what I mean, this is what I got to do, so whatever it is. But yeah, him, Jay Cutler, all the boys and stuff like that. But no, Ronnie was just a beast, and the place he worked out in, man, was a basement of a dungeon, and that was it. It was dust, It was hot, it was like, you know. But that was that guy, and all much respect to him. Amazing personality, larger than life in so many ways. Always had no fear in shaking your hand or nothing like that. But he was just, like I said, it was just what he wanted to do, and he showed that he could do it. He had great genetics. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like you said, he was a freak of nature without a doubt. Talk about some of the like, do teams reach out to you? Do coaches reach out to you? Do companies reach out to you? I mean, this is something that obviously corporate world needs as well.
Yeah, you know what? I do. I get lots of different hobbies. I mean, I guess you go word of mouth and other things like that. You know what I mean? And players that I work with, et cetera, they'll talk and so on and so on. And then when it comes to the corporate business side, yeah, I've done seminars before for many, many companies and things like this too. Just to, you know, especially when you're dealing with, say, insurance companies, when you're dealing with all these others that have teams, groups, all this stuff,
right.
Trying to get their sales, trying to get people motivated, trying to get everybody going. Like, we're failing behind, you know, and I mean, no offense, 2 years did take a lot off for people with COVID and stuff like that, right? So it did bring a lot of downward spiral in many things, and now you're just getting back on your feet, but people are still a little hesitant, right? So you gotta kind of spark them up a little bit and stuff like that. But when it comes to the sports aspect, yeah, I mean, I've always out there, and people reach out at different sports and things like that. I'll ask me a few questions and certain things like this. So I mean, I love it. This is what I do, and to me, I love seeing people succeed, I guess, is the bottom line. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with where I am, but for my point of view is this, that if I'm not doing my job, giving 100%, then I failed. Yeah. That's just who I am, and I don't want to fail. I don't like to fail. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that means I got to give it everything to you, and that's it. And in the end, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Whether you win or lose or whatever it is, how did you feel during that time? And we work from there. Yeah. And a lot of times, you know, that 95% success rate is where it's at. But again, it's getting them on the right track and understanding what they need to do to keep moving forward in their activity, their sport, and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, and that's one of those things where, you know, win or lose at whatever it might be, corporate world, sales, obviously sports, all you can give is that 100%. But like you said, do you know that you gave that 100%? Because that's all you can give, you know. And then
exactly.
And then, like you said, next up or next sale, next game, whatever, yeah. You know. But one thing Coach Saban said years ago, and I haven't heard him say it in the last few years. He's kind of tweaked it a little bit, but he said something to the effect. I'm quoting, or I'm just paraphrasing, but you know, football play generally lasts 7 seconds. If you can't give 100%. And do what you're supposed to do, execute what you're supposed to do in that 7 seconds, you know, then, you know, basically something's wrong. But you know, if you look at things that way, if you don't look at the whole quarter or half or game, and break it down to, okay, I've got 7 seconds here to execute, do what I'm supposed to do. That puts it in a much better, time frame for your mind, I think. So people,
Exactly.
Instead of looking so far ahead, just look at what's in front of you and do it.
That is what we call overthinking. You're not overthinking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just reacting. And you're right. 7 seconds, you're damn right you should be giving 100%. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That was his point. Yeah, exactly. You got 25 seconds to rest in between those 7, so at least give 100% maximum effort in that 7, without a doubt.
Exactly.
Well, I'm probably going to get this wrong because I've been screwing up all morning, but I did want to share with everybody. If they want to book you, they can go to bookings at emjmarketing.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can do through EMJ Marketing, or you can just reach out to me as well. At my email and stuff like that. So, yeah, never a problem there, my man.
Okay. Definitely. Y'all go out to Facebook and go to his Mental Edge Performance page and like it. You can also, and I assume, are you still doing the podcast?
Yeah, I had a little technical difficulty, so yeah, I got podcasts going, as well as, like I said, on the Instagram and everything like that. So I'm everywhere, brother.
Okay, so find Shayne McGowan at Instagram, Facebook. Go listen to his podcast. You can also go back and listen to archives of some of his other shows.
And that's SHAYNE McGowan.
Yeah.
Not the other Shayne McGowan.
There's a lot of Shayne McGowans out here in this world, but you're the only one that matters, brother.
I know there is.
You're the only one that matters.
Exactly, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
That's it. But, no, like I said, boys, I've had a great time with you guys. All the best to you. All the best to Alabama and the fans down there. All right?
Buddy.
Much success, and let's do this again. Again.
Absolutely, man. We always enjoy having you on. Appreciate your time as always, and you take care.
Take care, guys.
All right. That was a great Shayne McGowan, Mental Edge Performance. Like I said earlier, reach out to him on Facebook. I'm telling you, I don't care what walk of life you're in. Go read some of his stuff, man. It can definitely motivate you and put you in the right direction of what it is you're wanting to do. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Coach Jonathan Snider, our Ardmore head football coach. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
If you have a question, comment, or idea for Tailgate Talk, you can email it to tailgatetalk@hotmail.com. We'll be right back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee.
Hey guys, this is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 800 Highway 72 West, Suite K in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Got You Covered Screen Printing and More. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
This is former University of Alabama fullback Terrence Lynch, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd the Bod, Talent Tomerlin, joined with producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We're located here at the corner of I-65 and 72 West. It's after 11 o'clock. Y'all come on in, grab you something to eat. Man, got TVs everywhere, football on everywhere. Georgia's gone up 7-0 on South Carolina. Boo, Bulldogs. And we're joined now by Ardmore head football coach Jonathan Snider. Coach, how are you doing?
Pretty good, guys. How are y'all?
That's great, man. So coming off a bye week, beat Lawrence County the week before, 24-8. So nice victory. You know, 2-2, 2-0 in the region. So fairly good start to the season. Got Elkmont coming up next week, who we'll just say didn't have a good night last night. So have y'all had a good bye week? Did y'all get some things done? Did you get some injuries maybe healed up a little bit?
Yeah, we it was good to get the victory over Lawrence County. Go 2-0 in the region. It wasn't pretty the whole time, but our kids were able to get that second victory in the region to set us up with really the teeth of our schedule. Coming up with the last 4 region games. Probably the 4 of the toughest teams in our region. At least 3 of them are, and we did it. We had a good bye week. We went back to work on us a little bit. Got some guys healed up. Got some looks at some guys at maybe some different spots to see what they could do. And really focused a lot on us. I gave the kids off Monday and Friday this past week, and we practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so gave them a little bit of rest, just because I know what lies ahead. It's about to get real for us. Over the next 6 weeks, and we got to be at our best to be able to compete at a high level with every team that we got on our schedule remaining. So, but it was a good week.
Well, good deal. Yeah, it's always nice to come off a victory going into a bye week, and then the only thing is, coming into your general area rival. I mean, a lot of those kids go to church together and hang out together and are friends and know one another. So it's always cool to have those bragging rights for a year over your buddies when you do go to church on a Sunday morning, and for a year you can, run that mouth. Maybe not. Maybe don't run it too hard in the Lord's house, but you can still run.
Yeah, maybe calm down. Maybe out in the parking lot.
Yeah, there we
go. But no, it's been a rival, for a long time. This is just might be my second year to be a part of it, but I know I'd looked online the other day just to get an idea. I think they played something like 76 times. Ardmore and Elkmont have, and I know they used to open the season up with each other, and I know it is a big rivalry. Everybody knows each other. We're 7 or 8 minutes down the road from each other. it's homecoming week for us. So, as a football coach, that ranks up there with picture day. one of the most hated times out there. And, I enjoy all the festivities, but, there's just a lot of potential distractions that can go on that, I told our kids all week this week, I said, nobody's going to remember what the dress-up days were. They're going to remember what the final score was on Friday night. So,
absolutely, that's a great point.
I want them to be a kid. I want them to enjoy their high school career, but we also got to understand what our role in the whole matter is, and that's to play the best we can on Friday night. So we got to get ready this week.
Now, we talked to Coach McGehee from James Clemens earlier, and he had 4 of his guys in the homecoming court last night. Any of your guys going to be out there too?
Not to my knowledge at this point. I haven't been.
Okay.
That has not been revealed to me yet. If so, they may be waiting to the last minute so they can't find it. So they can tell me there's no other option. It's one of those things where, you're sort of torn between the right decision, because you want it to be about football. You want their mind to be focused on that, but you also don't want to take away from high school experiences either. So, that's one of those tough decisions that I guess people say we get paid the big bucks, which is not the case.
That's just an expression, isn't it?
To make those decisions. So I don't know of any at this point, but who knows?
Yeah, and we talked about that with Coach McGehee and how it's so much different because, back when I played, that would have not had happened. First of all, I don't think any of us would have wanted to do it. We're like, what? No, I'm playing a game.
And that's right.
But the coach would even been like, no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You just. I don't know. I guess I'm waiting for that phone call to happen, and then I have no idea what I'm going to say. So
hopefully you won't have to fool with it.
Yeah, maybe not.
Hopefully not. But one thing I was going to bring up too is not only being homecoming week, but and playing a rival, but now your rival that's who you're playing for homecoming week. That's another extra. If you're looking at it from their standpoint, like y'all wouldn't want to be their homecoming game.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. When we looked at the schedule to try to set homecoming, it was not and a lot of people on the outside probably see what's going on, and they're like, man, that's an easy pick. But it's really not, because in a rivalry game, anything can happen in any game.
That's why you have to play the game.
Somebody told me last night talking about something on paper, and I said, well, I'm so glad that we don't play anything on paper.
I like that.
On both sides of it, sometimes on paper we're the drastic underdog, and sometimes our opponent may be. But you got to go play the game regardless of who your opponent is. And I know Coach Saban had a big rant this week about that. It's especially with what happened last week in college football with all those teams going down by Sun Belt teams, and we're not, and there's nobody. We talked a little bit about this last time we were on, but I don't think there's any school out there that can just sort of have the mindset of, hey, we're just going to show up and be okay. Like we're nowhere near that at Ardmore. So we've got to approach each week like it's the dadgum Super Bowl, and our kids have got to play the best of their ability. And, whatever happens. Yeah. So.
And I think that's actually a good thing, Coach, because, especially these young guys, man, you start out a season, say you're winning 40-6 and 45-12, or, you know what I mean? And by the time they get to the third or fourth game, they're like, man, can't nobody beat us. We're just going to, and you can't just, Alabama saw it last week, and of course, Texas A&M certainly saw it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you happen to see their yell? They did the yell the night before.
I did.
Oh my God!
I watched the video, and I want to tell my kids, like, look, let everybody else talk like that, whatever. Yeah. But as far as what goes on in this locker room, like, we don't really care who the opponent is. We want to go be the best version of ourselves, and then let the chips fall where they may. Yep. If we're better, we're better. If we're not, we're not. But don't regret not being the best version of yourself that you can be each and every week, regardless of who your opponent is. And if we can approach it like that, we'll have, I feel like in the long run, a better chance at winning a few more games than if we look at it like who our opponent is each Friday night. Don't even worry about that. Yeah. Everybody knows who we're playing. You know who we're playing, but let's stay on the mindset of we're going to approach every week the same, regardless of who the opponent is. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's be the best version that we can be of ourselves and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Well, let's see if we can get a couple of seniors in the spotlight this week.
All right. First one is Tanner Malone. Tanner is a senior, first time ever playing football. Tanner came out. He is probably our fastest kid that we have on our football team. Came in. He was a baseball player, decided to play. Came in our all-season program, after baseball season, got to work, got stronger, got faster. Was really one of our backup tailbacks through the first couple of weeks of the season. Tanner ended up breaking his foot against West Morgan and played through it, played the whole second half with a broken foot. Swelled up, went and got x-rays. But Tanner's a fantastic young man, very well respectable, amongst peers and teachers. He's a great kid. I wish he would have been out here a lot longer because I think he wishes that as well. But, sometimes kids can't see that early on. But I'm really proud of Tanner and what he's becoming. Even though he's injured, he's around us all the time. And then Maddox Dorning. Maddox is a kid that is a really good basketball player for us at Ardmore. I got him to come out last year, plays receiver for us. Maddox is a great leader. He's about 6'3", 6'4", really, really tall receiver. Worked really hard in the off season with his hands. He actually broke a finger in the West Limestone game, had to have pins put in. So he's been out for a few weeks. We hope to get him back within the next couple of weeks, but has been there, has tried to lead the team, even practice games, whatever. Great young man, very smart young man. I really have enjoyed getting to know Maddox and him being around our program. And he's been a real big influence on a lot of kids as far as, taking a chance on football. And I'm really proud, Maddox is with us and has developed into the leader that he has.
Well, that's awesome, Coach. Well, listen, good luck next week. Homecoming and all, and cross-town rivals. So I would say we'd be rooting for you, but we'll be rooting for both y'all. Let's have a good game. How about that?
Yeah, that's right. That's
all
right. Yep.
Thanks for joining us, man. Have a great week of practice. No doubt, I'm sure. Well, all right. That was a Coach Jonathan Snider, head coach of Ardmore Tigers. I always enjoy having him on. Good luck to them next week. We're going to take us a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Clemens head coach Michael Parker. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. To many folks, the words healthy and delicious aren't interchangeable. Golden Eagle Nutrition in Athens is here to change your mind. They're the spot for healthy and, yes, delicious shakes and drinks, good for a meal replacement or just a pick-me-up. Low-calorie, low-sugar, low-carb, and low-fat shakes like the turtle cheesecake or banana pudding. Loaded energy teas like the Blue Hawaiian or Georgia Peach. Golden Eagle Nutrition. Call 867-5601 or stop by 616 Highway 31 South, Suite F, just north of Walmart. Oh, and they deliver too. Golden Eagle Nutrition, 867-5601. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. McGowan. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
This is James Clemens girls basketball coach Monica Maxwell, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd Tomerlin joined with us by Tim Lambert, and we had a little technical difficulty with Coach Parker, so we've got the next best thing lined up, the head coach of West Limestone Wildcats, Shelby Davis, Coach. How you doing?
Man, doing good. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing fine. Coming off a big win against East Lawrence last night. Congratulations, 48-13. I tried to keep up with it a little bit, on sports stream and all that, and, you don't ever know what kind of scores you're going to get, but, I mean, it looked like, y'all took control and kind of stayed where y'all should have had. Just talk a little bit about the game.
Yeah, well, we came out, jumped out 14-0, everything looked good, and we just kind of, got relaxed and let our foot off the gas and, started playing really, really, really sloppy. It was bad. We had just a lot of things where we're not focused and we're not, paying attention to what we're doing. And, unfortunately we've had a bunch of injuries. We've had, 3 starters out. We lost 2 more last night. So,
oh, wow.
We got, 5 starters out across the board. So
both sides of the ball?
They're all our older guys. So, we're, I think every one of them's a senior, but one of them. So,
that's leadership too.
Yeah, well, we don't have the luxury of, a lot of guys just to plug and play. So, you got to shuffle some folks around and that sort of thing. But, it's, we got a lot of young kids on the field. We started a 9th grader at left tackle last night. And, he did a great job. But, it's just not the same when you're putting seniors on the field.
Oh, no. Yeah, 9th grade versus 12th grade is almost boy to man. I mean, strength-wise and obviously experience and things like that. So that is a big difference. So you got a bye week this week, is that correct?
No, we got East Limestone. So
okay.
You know what all that entails.
Man, this month's going by so fast. So yeah, East at East, they're coming off a loss. So big rival, cross county rival. So it's always, a great crowd, great atmosphere. Have you even had time to look at anything about what they do and how they do it? Obviously, they have a new coach, and so things might have changed quite a bit since Coach P was gone.
Oh, yeah. Coach Woodfins came in, and, he's running his stuff. They're running something different on, defense, and they're running something different on offense. And, I always break down their film the week before. So, we got most of their film broke down last week and all that good stuff. But, it's a big rival game, and it's East versus West, and they're going to get after it. And, they'll probably play harder against us than they have anybody all year. And so, I heard our kids, they're pretty excited. After the game, they were already talking about, East and we, I told them to enjoy it, but we know what's coming.
Yeah. How do you, for a big, I'm sorry, Tim, I was just going to say, for a big game like that, because it is a rival, I mean, it really is, how do you keep them grounded until, Friday night? They let that adrenaline start flowing Wednesday, Thursday, and, Friday afternoon. And, is it hard to keep them, their feet down a little bit?
Well, not really. It's, we got to get and I told the guys Friday, we got to focus on practice. We had a good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practice, and then we go to our walkthrough Thursday, and it was sloppy. And that, that's kind of the way we played, was sloppy. And so, we got to focus. We got to have more respect for our opponents and respect for practice, preparation, and all that. If you don't do those things, we're not good enough. I don't know a whole lot of teams that are good enough to, goof off all week, not be focused on Friday night and go out there and just win.
Yeah.
We're not that good. I don't know very many. I've never been a part of a team that's that good. So.
Yeah, that's what Coach Snider just said from Ardmore when we talked to him. He said, I don't know anybody that can go in and just say, hey, we got this.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Automatically. And you talked about looking at East Limestone a week early. A lot of these coaches that we talked to say, I hadn't even looked at the team, that we're going to play. So that's something, being able to look a week ahead, at the team you got coming up.
Well, that's something I've done for a long time. Ever since I became a coordinator, if you go to break all 5 of their films down on Saturday, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly.
And, that's a lot of time away from your family and all that. So, I try to get, everything but their game they played the night before, done in the week before. But
and that's not disrespectful or you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are like just one game at a time or whatever. But no, that's just, kind of being smart. Nothing wrong. It's not like you're looking ahead or looking past them. You're just looking at the information that you're going to have to work on. That's all.
Well, and I kind of learned from, I had the privilege of kind of getting in the Alabama defensive staff room. I had my head coach I used to work for was pretty good friends with Kirby, and I was able to get in there and look, those guys before fall camp starts. They've got every opponent they're going to play broke down, from the previous year. And so whether it be whether it's a new coach, they'll break down whatever, team they came from, based on coordinators. So I kind of took that and, you can kind of, get ahead of the game and do that stuff ahead of time. But yeah, it's probably not very, it's probably not for everybody. I know my first couple of years calling defense, I called a play and it was not the right call at all. And, coach got on me pretty good. And he said, "What are you doing?" I said, that's next week. Like they don't run this. So that's next week. So he got on me pretty hard about looking forward and breaking film down. But you gotta kind of compartmentalize. But you can do it if you've been doing it long enough.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to do it. I guess, Tim, you want to see if he's got any seniors to share with us?
Yeah, I meant to say something about it while I had you off the air, but you got a senior you can pass on to us. We've done it: Elijah Regina, Colin Patterson, and Aiden Smith.
Yeah, let's go with Haven. Haven had a great game last night after last week. He broke his finger at the Dessler game and, kind of struggled last week. I think he dropped 2 touchdowns and, 6 passes, 4 or 6 passes altogether, and just had a real bad week last week. But he bounced back last night. He made me have a flashback to when his brother was playing for us. They threw a ball and he just, he was playing corner for us and just went up and snatched it away from the guy and took it all the way back for a touchdown. And then he ended up catching a screen pass and taking it to the house. So he scored a couple touchdowns last night, and he's done a great job, since last year of hitting the weight room hard and getting himself where he could come out and have a great senior year.
Awesome. Well, Coach, I would say good luck next week, but I'm an East graduate, so I will say I hope you have a great game. I hope the game's exciting, and it will be. It always is. Y'all always bring, especially when you come over there, man. Y'all put it on us a few times over at East last few years, so it'll be a good game, and it's going to be a great crowd, and hopefully y'all will have a good week of practice. No more injuries, man. I hope you get some of these guys back.
Hopefully we can get some back. But yeah, we've been bitten by the injury bug bad this year, but hopefully we can get some guys healthy, and hopefully that comes to an end.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. Have a great week of practice, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys.
All right, man. That was West Limestone head coach Shelby Davis. Appreciate him joining us. We're going to take a quick break, and when we do, maybe we'll have Coach Chris Bunio from Elkmont on. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Tailgate Talk is on Facebook. Just search for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, like our page, and post your questions, comments, or ideas for the show. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back on 1080 WKAC.
Don't be afraid of something new. Get spooktacular speeds with Ardmore Telephone Company's Fiber Fast Internet. Research the best pumpkin carving stencils. Book a haunted house tour online. Make fall memories and share them on social media. Call 800-830-9946 to order or upgrade to Fiber Fast Internet from ATC. Fiber not available in all areas.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Addiction can have a crippling effect on everyone involved, leading to health problems and behavioral disorders. SOAR Addiction Recovery can help with their comprehensive and confidential treatment. SOAR understands the heartache and pain of addiction and can empower you to re-engage in a meaningful life. If you or someone you know needs help, don't wait. Call SOAR Addiction Recovery. That's SOAR at 374-3858. Located at 30521 Ardmore Avenue in Ardmore. It's time for you to soar. Call now, 374-3858. SOAR Addiction Recovery.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
2nd 11 from the 31. 2 receivers right, 3 left. Back to throw. He throws across the middle. Touchdown!
Join us this football season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC.
Hello, man. This is Bo Wright, formerly of the University of Alabama and the Buffalo Bills, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Man, y'all come on in. The crowd's starting to come in. Food smelling good. Football on all the TVs. And now we're joined by Elkmont head football coach Chris Bunio. Coach, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. You're a lot better man than me. I'm not sure after last night. I would want to talk to anybody. And there's not anything against your team. You were playing a really, really good team, but man, it got out of hand a little bit early, didn't it, Coach?
Yeah. All credit to Marshall. They are a good football team. They got some good players, and They just play. They play disciplined. They're very athletic. They play well. I don't see why they won't be playing for the state championship this year.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people in this area think that, and they also think a lot of other things. Like, yes, they do have very good players, and it's always curious where all those players come from in such a small area. But that's another story.
It is a private school, so they can do what they want.
Yep, and they do it to their credit.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if you can do it, do it.
Yep, absolutely. I would. I was Tim.
Well, I mean,
actually went to Bible
Bunio
school.
was at a private school, so
I played at John Carroll Catholic.
That's right. And but yeah, Tim. Well, Tim played at Bible school, and for years I would always say, even when I was in school, I'm like, man, they're crazy. I'd be going to every county school in this area and get me every good They didn't have football, just baseball and basketball. And I said, I have every great baseball and basketball player at my school. I didn't pay their tuition, man. We'd be rolling. They had good baseball teams anyway, but
yep, and it doesn't matter where you live. You can live anywhere and go to school there.
That's
so
right.
It's
That's
got cons.
Well, I don't know if you can break the game down. Just talk a little bit about it. What was I saw the halftime score. What was the score at the end of the first quarter?
Oh, you don't want to know. It was a lot to a little. It was a 40-0 end of the first.
So they scored every time they touched the ball and then some. It sounds like was a lot of turnovers or anything.
Our turnovers didn't help. I mean, we threw an interception the first play of the game, and then we threw another pick towards the end of the first quarter as well. But offensively, we tried to throw it a little bit more this week, just based off what Marcel did defensively. They do a good job of in the box and read and run and stop and run. So we tried to air it out a little bit. And Cole, our quarterback, he did a decent job. A couple of the picks that he threw weren't his fault. They just tipped off our receiver. We got a better job just catching the ball. And so, but actually, in my opinion, I know the scoreboard's not a reflection of it, but Cole did his best job in terms of reading the passing game, and not only that, but making some accurate throws. And so I know that those reps last night were very valuable for going in the rest of the year. We still have our whole second half of the season to play, and so I know that Cole's going to be a better football player in the next 5 weeks.
Yeah, well, I mean, and getting those reps, like you said, are important, and for those receivers, you got to catch that football when it hits your hands. Only bad things happen when you don't, like interceptions and obviously, maybe a third down play that, you can't extend a drive or whatever. Just from a coaching standpoint, from you and your staff, how do you keep the kids in the game? I mean, it's 40 to whatever at the end of the first, 63-0 at halftime. There's nothing you can say, is there? I mean, how do y'all keep the kids motivated?
Yeah, I understand. That's a good question. I mean, what I preached to them all week and what I preached to them all last week was, it doesn't matter who we're playing. What matters is the guy that you're looking at in the mirror. Are you giving your personal best every play, and are you doing it all play? From snap to whistle. Because if you're giving your very best and you're trying your best to execute your assignment and your technique, that's all the coaches can ask for, and that's all you can ask for of yourself. And so it didn't matter what the scoreboard said the entire night. It just came down to are you giving your personal best from snap to whistle, and are you doing it for every play for 4 quarters? And so, I told them last night after the film was uploaded to make sure that they, genuinely evaluate themselves as they watch the film and critique them the best they can. Put themselves in the shoes of a coach and critique on how they played. Is their effort there? And is their technique there? And are they doing it consistently? And so, it doesn't, the scoreboard is just a reflection on, what I just said. And so, obviously, we all 11 guys that are on the field aren't giving their best effort, and they aren't giving their best technique from snap whistles. And so there's obviously room for improvement, and our job is to get it fixed this week.
Well, let's move on to this week. Big rivalry game. I don't know if you know, but y'all are homecoming opponents at Ardmore.
Know now.
I know now, right?
Yeah. So,
and listen, we talked about that with Coach Snider previously, and I joked a little bit about it, and he's like, I promise, man, we did not, he said, people on the outside looking in might think that we picked them, because, the perception might be it's a win, but he said, we never look at an opponent that way. That was the best week that they could fit it in. So, he,
I don't even think those things, to be honest with you. I just, we're just going to show up Friday night and play football. I don't care what's going on.
Yeah, but as a player, though, a lot of times, man, what? They scheduled us for homecoming? They should jack them up a little bit, right? I mean, I
hope it does. I think it does. I think it will. What I'm struggling with a game like playing against, in a rivalry against Ardmore is, on one hand, I tell the guys, it doesn't matter who we're playing. Again, it comes down to, are you doing your very best? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Because no one in a different color uniform should have an effect on your effort, your attitude, and your desire to perfect your technique.
Yeah.
But then, but on the other hand, I understand that this is a rivalry game, and I know that these kids have grown up together, played against each other in other sports throughout their life, and so I know that they're going to be maybe a little bit fired up this week. I wish they would have that same fired up feeling every week, no matter who we're playing. And, and that's why I try to tell them it doesn't matter who you're playing. It just depends on, are you doing your best? So I look forward to this week. I know the players are going to bounce back from this past Friday because they know that there's room to improve. And, I'm going to put a good plan tomorrow to make sure improvement.
Well, Coach, man, thanks so much for joining us. We always appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to y'all next week. I know the environment's going to be crazy, and then you add homecoming on top of it, even push it to, another level. So, good luck. Hope the kids have a great week in practice, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate y'all having me. All the good one.
All right, buddy. You too. Take care. That was Elkmont head football coach Chris Bunio. We always appreciate his time. Tim, it's been a wonderful show. Appreciate all the great guests that you got on, man. We had some great conversations with Shayne McGowan and Bob Arnone and others. So appreciate it. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
To many folks, the words healthy and delicious aren't interchangeable. Golden Eagle Nutrition in Athens is here to change your mind. They're the spot for healthy and, yes, delicious shakes and drinks, good for a meal replacement or just a pick-me-up. Low-calorie, low-sugar, low-carb, and low-fat shakes like the turtle cheesecake or banana pudding. Loaded energy teas like the Blue Hawaiian or Georgia Peach. Golden Eagle Nutrition. Call 867-5601 or stop by 616 Highway 31 South, Suite F, just north of Walmart. Oh, and they deliver too. Golden Eagle Nutrition, 867-5601. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings. Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.